Hey, Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic here. Today what I'm working on is my 2011 Chevrolet Volt here in the Disgruntled Mechanic garage. Now what I'm working on today in particular is a code that I got that is a P0 AB Alpha Bravo 9-00, and it is a hybrid system performance. So the other code that's circled on top, and I'm not going to read that one off, actually comes in because of the other code. I think it's just that a mill light is requested. So that's what we're working on. So with saying that, I went and I looked up some information on the code. And basically, these cars are somewhat the same, but somewhat different to work on. So what we're supposed to do is, what you look for with this code and what their some of their diagnostics troubleshooting says is it can be set to due to poor quality fuel, very low fuel level, verify that it hadn't been run low on fuel or out of fuel, which it's my vehicle, I know it hasn't been. Now there's about 4 things here and I'm not going to go through them all. But one of the things that it does say with this code is to be sure to check anything that's engine performance related. So when this code came in, a little explanation on the Volt. What it does is it'll run on battery power, but if it needs more power, it will actually start the ICE or internal combustion engine. So it'll start the internal combustion engine to help charge the battery to keep the batteries up. I was coming up a hill and when it went to do that, it stumbled. It did a hesitation, you know, Finally it took off. This isn't the first time it did it, but it is the first time that it set the code. So that was the problem, that was the code. One of the things that I thought of right away when it said about engine performance, let me back up a second. There's no other codes. There's no engine codes, no misfire codes, nothing. Just what I showed you as far as engine codes. So what I was thinking was, you know, could air restriction do this? Because to me that's what it felt like, just like when you're in a regular type, you know, internal combustion engine car that's not electric also, and it had that bad hesitation. So one of the things I thought of is, this is a 2011 and this is my fault and it's my bad, but I never changed the engine air filter in this vehicle. Now, you know, the engine doesn't run a lot and you do infrequent oil changes. So with that, because of doing the infrequent oil changes, I just never looked at the air filter. My fault, no doubt about it. But I figured, let's go in there and start there because that's what it seemed like. So let's go there and we'll take a look and we'll see what we find. So after finding that code, and basically it says there could be a problem with the engine running and something just with the engine and the surging and stuff that it was making, I decided to check the air filter. To be honest, it's a 2011 Volt. I've never checked the air filter because, well, you don't think about it with an oil change and, you know, not doing much maintenance to the engine. But I decided I'll just look at it because either way, more than likely after 10 years, it's time for it to be replaced. So let's take a look. So there at the filter and back here you can already see some remnants, and we take it off and look at that. The filter has some stuff in it, but look down there. The critters have been in there. Of course, none of that's good for the engine running. So we're going to take the vacuum and we're going to clean that out and put a new air filter in. And we'll see what happens from there. So after we got it all cleaned out now, we're going to take our nice CarQuest air filter to put in. Nobody around here had one for this, but anyhow, we're going to put this in and just put it back together, and we'll go from there. So there you go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to know if the code came back or not until I run it. It's a little odd because you have to run it hard up a hill or something. So if you like, I'll come back and let you know how I make out and if I get the code back. But for now, this is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic saying, just remember, if you can get somebody else to do it, you're probably better off. Thanks for watching. Bye. So, after finding that, new air filter was put in, and we decided to take it out for a ride. We took it out for a test ride. I took it up hills. The very first time, it had a little hesitation, but because of some other things that I was doing, that I'm going to I'll put a link here to here, that could have affected that. But the next time that I did it, it kicked in properly. It's ran great. I just did a scan on it, and there are no codes other than the one that I know that it has for the parking sensor. So I think that was a success in getting rid of that code, but we'll find out because, as I said in another video, there was some other issues, but putting that air filter in and cleaning that out certainly didn't hurt anything. So this is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic saying, just remember, if you can get somebody else to do it, you're probably better off. Thanks for watching. See ya. Hey, Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic here. Today I'm working on my 20... Oh, mother...
Oh, you dirty, rotten bolt! Bolt, how could you break off? You dirty, rotten mother! Oh, dirty, rotten, how dare you break... Oh, I can't believe it broke off! Not again! Oh, man alive! Son of a... Oh, I can't believe it broke off! Jesus! No wonder I'm the disgruntled mechanic!